We're going to bring in Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, you know, President Biden made 5 phone calls from Warsaw today, vowing to hold Norfolk Southern accountable. He called, of those 5, just a couple of them, the EPA administrator and Governor Mike DeWine. So I want to know where the urgency was before, why all of a sudden now, and why is he doing this from Warsaw on the day that he's supposed to be flying back?
Ashley, there's a political urgency, obviously, when you have the former president and Donald Trump going there today. Suddenly that got the president's attention. And Woody Allen once said famously that 90% of success is showing up, right? And given that there was this toxic train derailment, February 3rd, think about that. That's nearly 3 weeks ago in East Palestine. And 4 different kinds of cancer-causing chemicals were released into the air and water. And to this day, residents say they're complaining of nausea, headaches, respiratory issues. Their property values are plummeting. Their businesses are suffering. The fact that it took the president and now the U.S. Transportation Secretary 10 days to even acknowledge that it happened, and now we're coming up on 3 weeks, and he still won't say exactly when he's going. It begs the question, should Pete Buttigieg still be running this department, and should he have been nominated by President Biden to run transportation in the first place, given he has so little experience in running such a huge agency like this? And all we've heard from Pete Buttigieg is that I guess he's going to go at some point, and that he wrote a sternly worded letter to Norfolk Southern. I mean, you ever see Titanic, you know, where Jack Dawson is in the water next to Kate Winslet, Rose, and he says, you know, I'm going to have to write what was it, the White Star Line, a sternly worded letter about all of this. That's what we're hearing. Letters, words, that's what we're getting from the president and Pete Buttigieg. It's all foam and no beer at this point, Todd.
Let's hear more foam from Mayor Pete. Listen.
All right. Are you going down there?
What's up?
Are you going down there at all?
Yep, I am.
When are you going?
I'll share that when I'm ready.
Okay,
I'll talk
thank
down the
you.
street. Can I get a photo of me?
Ashley did a good job asking about the timing. It's timing not just in this, Joe, in everything. What do we have these people there for? I mean, you had the balloons. That took a week to shoot down, flying slowly across the country. You have the situation in Ohio 3 weeks before you hear anything from the White House. Mayor Pete, I'm still not ready. What's going on?
Well, that's the Buttigieg way of going about things, right? You remember back in the summer of 2021, he took 2 months of maternity leave and didn't bother to tell anybody that he was going to be gone for that long. It was only until Politico reached out to his office that they said, oh, yeah, you know, the Pete Buttigieg has been on maternity leave for this long, while a supply chain crisis was exploding. You remember what happened over the Christmas break, right, where basically the airline industry was shut down. People were sleeping in airports on Christmas Day, millions of people stranded, and you had Pete Buttigieg putting up pictures of him celebrating Christmas with his family. So this is how it works with this guy. He doesn't show up when these crises occur unless there's a political angle to it. Then maybe that gets his attention. And again, should he even be in charge of this department in the first place, given that he was the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and couldn't even solve a pothole problem there? So this is where we're at this point. Not just the president in terms of his incompetency and apathy, but all the people underneath him, whether it's the Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, almost never going to the border, Kamala Harris, the same thing when it comes to the border, and now Pete Buttigieg on an array of crises not showing up, Ashley.
Yeah, everything's reactive, not proactive with this administration.
Yeah.
Now to this really quickly. Liam Neeson says he felt uncomfortable during his appearance on The View. Watch this.
You talk about it so much. Don't blow my cover.
Joy wants to get taken by you.
Well, you know, I got this Valentine from you today. It says, "Happy belated Valentine's Day, Liam X." And then I was like, oh. And then I find out you gave it to all of us.
It's no secret that Joy thinks you're the hottest and the greatest ever.
That poor guy. Neeson telling Rolling Stone, quote, "I'm uncomfortable in those situations. The segment's all about this 13, 14-year-old crush. It's just a bit embarrassing." You think it's embarrassing?
It was uncomfortable to watch, and I know Liam Neeson also said he wanted to talk about other issues, big issues on that show. And instead, we hear about Joy Behar talking about her sexual fantasies with Liam Neeson. I mean, at one point, she said, I would like to have my ashes sprinkled over Liam Neeson. At another point, he said, Liam Neeson, right now, these kidnapping movies get me so aroused, I can't even begin to tell you. So that's just unsettling. Everybody, enjoy your breakfast. But yeah, that was uncomfortable to watch, no question.
Welcome to the news division at ABC. News division.
Oh my God.
News division. News division. Joe, thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.